Would everyone please stand and remain standing as our graduates enter and for the playing of our national anthem.
You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wayne School of Engineering Class of 2022 graduation. Moms, dads, grandparents, aunts and uncles, and more, you have watched us grow and accomplish one milestone at a time. But today you get to watch us as we finally close what seems to be like one of the biggest chapters of our lives, high school. Most of us have been together since the 6th grade, some longer, some not so long. Over these past few years, we have endured a lot together, and we have been there for one another through dark times in life and enjoyed each other's company during the good times. But after today, most of us will go our separate ways and begin another incredible chapter in our lives, whatever that may be. I think a few of us still have to figure that out. Thank you to my fellow senior class for the years of memories. I will miss you all deeply and hold our memories close to my heart as we go on in life. I hope during the ups and downs of what is to come, we can all hold our heads high and do the right thing to get where we want in life. I wish the best to all of you, and I hope you never lose that drive to get what you want out of life. Coming to the stage, Nicole Page.
Good evening. My name is Nicole Page. It is my pleasure to recognize our distinguished guests that are with us this evening. Please stand and remain standing as your name is called. Ms. Patricia Burden, District 3, and Vice Chair, Wayne County Board of Education. Mr. Wade Leatham, District 6, Wayne County Board of Education. Mr. Tony Sanders, at-large member, Wayne County Board of Education. Dr. Tim Harrell, Assistant Superintendent for Support Services. If any of our Wayne School of Engineering Advisory Council members are present, would you please stand? Thank you for attending the celebration with us tonight. At this time, LaCarlo Frederick will present our speakers.
Welcome, welcome, and good evening. Today it is my honor to introduce the speakers for tonight's graduation ceremony. I would like to also take this time to congratulate all of my fellow classmates for making it to this great accomplishment. It's taken a lot of hard work and dedication to arrive at this very moment. And also there's a lot of great memories we shared through the last 7 years. Whether it was trying to figure out how small to write for one of Mr. Blair's note cards for the test, or trying to go over Miss O'Sullivan's vocab the morning before the test in the parking lot, sitting in Drake's truck, trying to figure out what sentence we're finna write. There's also the times where we're sitting at the lunch table debating who's better, Carolina, Duke, and I guess we know the real answer, it's not Duke. Or the times declaring Coach Harris a cheater in our PE Gaga game, but truly he was such a typical Duke fan. But no matter what, we all made it. With that being said, the first speaker is very smart, most of the time though. But she is the girl who never knows what she's supposed to be doing in our AP Physics class, Vismita Tanetti. The second speaker for tonight is the only person I know that's smart enough to get into and then reject Harvard, Isaac Carino. Last but not least, the third speaker tonight is someone who I probably only attended class with one semester, Mr. Lancaster's economics class, Emily Sadowski. Now I'd like to welcome to the stage, Ms. Vismita Tanetti.
First off, I would like to thank all of the family members, loved ones, and friends who have come here today to celebrate the class of 2022. This is a momentous occasion that would not have been possible without everyone in the audience today. My name is Vismita Tanetti. Today, I will be graduating with my classmates, and I'm so grateful to the people in my life who have helped me come this far. My educational journey started at a very young age with a family who came from India to America in pursuit of higher education. I grew up sitting at dissertations, running around libraries, and going to graduation ceremonies. I never thought I would end up in Goldsboro, North Carolina when I graduated from high school, but here I am now. I started at Wayne School of Engineering in the 7th grade, and even though I haven't been going here since the 6th grade, I can tell how different our class is now from when we first started out. A lot of our classmates have moved away, changed schools, or are no longer with us. I think the biggest misconception that people have about WSC is that we are a smart school. And everyone that goes here is smart. But I don't think that being smart is the most important thing. And I wouldn't say our senior class is exactly what you would call smart. Because I believe that each one of us are going to achieve great things, but in different ways. So I'd rather phrase it well-rounded. But we have been gifted with the privilege of receiving an education. Despite this, when we graduate, we may not remember a single thing we've ever learned, but we will remember our teachers, mentors, coaches, and classmates. We will also remember all of the memories we have made. Going fishing on that field trip to the beach and ending up not catching any fish at all. Forcing my friend to join the tennis team our senior year, even though we both had no experience playing tennis. That time Zoe fell down the stairs. Spending one semester alternating between Coach Har and Miss Dawson. Dan casually taking a walk to the lighthouse for some Starburst, and the infamous all-girls PE class, which was a result of having only about 3 boys in our grade. And oh, there was that other time that Zoe fell down the stairs. Getting evacuated from school after the bomb threats, having to put on masks right after getting out of the pool, and then having to sit in a cold, wet swimsuit on the bus to get back home. And then that one time Zoe fell down the stairs again. And finally, the seniors in AP Physics getting in trouble for accidentally getting lunch at Taco Bell. We definitely have not had a normal high school experience. And no, I'm not talking about the fact that our first period class starts at 10:30 in the morning. What we've experienced in the last few years will have its own page in history textbooks. Someday in the near future, we are going to be the people solving the problems in our world. I just hope that when we grow up, we will keep some of the memories we have made here with these years with us. A time when it was okay to make mistakes, or get lost, or not remember to return your college textbooks. It seemed like it took us forever to get here, but now that we are here, it seems like everything happened too fast. Everything from high school will soon just be a memory, and no longer the life we've been living for the last 4 or however many years. I know we've all been waiting for this day to come since kindergarten, the day we could stand up and throw our motorboards, there's a vocab word for you, in the air, but we are finally here. Congratulations, class of 2022. And our next speaker is Isaac Carino.
Good evening, everyone. Class of 2022, we should be proud of ourselves tonight. 13 years and 1 pandemic later, here we are. We've made it to the day that always seems so far away. I think we all remember our first day of 6th grade. I still remember the nerves and anxiety I felt as I walked into Miss Stewart's homeroom. We were in a school that was new to us and strangers to each other. I remember our teachers telling us that day to look to our left and look to our right, because those were the people we were going to be with for the next 7 years. I don't think many of us knew what was in store for us, but we started this journey together. We've shared so many memories and experiences over the years, whether they were the inside jokes in Mr. Frederick's class, the wild labs in our science classes, the panic we all felt before literally any test, surviving virtual chemistry, or those painstaking equation derivations in AP Physics. We had collective joy, excitement, and struggles along the way. But as we traverse this journey, we all have support. We all have someone to thank. I would personally like to thank my family, to my siblings, my role models, growing up experiencing your passion and challenges in pursuing higher education, and today seeing your success. You set an example and paved the way for me to get to where I am today. To my sister, thank you for practically raising me and helping me become the person I am today through your advice, support, and lessons. And to my brother, thanks for being the best academic advisor I could have ever asked for in my senior year. And to my parents, Ma, Pa, gracias por soñar, por sus esfuerzos y el simple deseo de querer una vida mejor para tus hijos. Today, we will embark on a new journey in life. Some of us are going off to college. Others will be entering the workforce, and some of us have decided to serve our country. But as we begin the next chapter of our lives, we will be met with challenges and obstacles. The world is often described as tough and unfair. And while that claim does have some merit, there is one thing that we can look forward to, and that is hope. The hope of opportunity, the hope of success, the hope of change. Thankfully, we've already experienced some of this hope. When we were only sophomores, our world was turned upside down by a global pandemic. Since then, we've witnessed an ever-changing world, from leaving school entirely to coming back virtually, having to remember if we were on the A or B schedule, getting quarantined every couple of weeks, and finally, getting some sense of normalcy in recent months. We made it through a global pandemic, managed to make it to this day, and I think we can give ourselves some credit for that. Even when times got tough, what got us through was hope. And I mean, look at us now, graduating mask-free, the first class to do so in 2 years. And now, at the tail end of the pandemic, we are entering a new chapter, a new normal. We have the fundamental responsibility of change and progress. We are the next generation of leaders, decision makers, and problem solvers. In the coming years, we will be at the helm, setting the stage for the next generations to come. We will shape the way our future looks like, and no matter how different our vision may be, we should always strive to make our voices heard, act on our dreams, and accomplish our goals. And sure, there will be times when we doubt ourselves. We will doubt our confidence and abilities in what we do. But we must always remember that we have the potential to do great things, and we will live up to that potential. It's all about remembering hope, the hope that can and will lead us through so much in life. We've come so far, from our first day of 6th grade in 2015 to our last day now in 2022. We've been through a lot, we have accomplished a lot, and we are proud of who we are. So now, 7 years later, class, let's end this the way we started it. I want you to look to your left and look to your right. These are the people who did it. We did it. We did it together. Congratulations to us, the class of 2022. Let's make this world ours. And now, Emily Sinowski.
Thank you, Isaac, and good evening, everyone. Before I say anything, I'd like to thank my family members, my loved ones, and my mentors here for guiding me to this day. This would not be possible without all of you. Now, I would have liked to come on the stage today and say that my high school experience, our high school experience, was the best time of our lives. But then I would only be telling part of the truth. We were challenged from the time we entered Wayne School of Engineering, whether it was 6th grade or maybe even later. Many of us came from schools with completely different environments, and the transition was not one of the easiest. I wasn't here at the start of 6th grade, but I can say that our teachers and support staff have been some of the greatest with this transition. I wanted to recognize some of those staff who helped us so much along the way. In order to do so, I asked for the opinion of my peers. So I apologize if I leave anyone out. From the consensus, Mr. Frederick seemed to have the biggest impact on our rising 6th graders. And I can say I know why. Not just because of Coach Wagner making me believe that the entire Frederick family could compile an entire soccer team over the duration of our German courses, but because of the way my peers described his humor combined with math. I wish that was still the case with some of our college classes. For those of us who came to this school in 7th or 8th grade, I hope you all remember the one-note card Mr. Blair allowed for his test. When we are neck deep in a college semester now, look back at those moments and appreciate the helpful gestures we received from our teachers. They may be few and far between for a while. I'm not saying that every class was a breeze here, or that there are any easy days. I thought the only challenge I would encounter would involve college classes. That quickly changed with the expectations that came along with high school classes in 8th grade, as most of you can remember. If I could only go back and tell myself that all of it would be worth it. Truly, the difficult days and the support we received in those times made the transition to where we are now so much smoother. Entering freshman year, I had no doubt that I could handle college-level classes, as most of you probably thought, along with our equally demanding high school classes. That was until the beginning of our sophomore year, and we all received the humbling pre-calculus test grades. To this day, I really believe Ms. Burke meant well with it, and times like that can really build character. When I say character, I mean the pulling your hair out until you finally memorize the unit circle type of character. Looking back now, I don't think I would change it. I would not have had the backbone I have today to deal with both the educational and emotional hardships that come along with being a high schooler, a college student, and most of all, a friend to my peers. But I don't think anything could have prepared us for the experience of virtual learning. I always cherished our school's emphasis on group learning and group work, but it seemed impossible when we all went online.
Like most, I was excited for a break, and I took that time to take a breather and step back and look at all we accomplished up until then. The original 2 weeks of canceled classes turned into yet another school year, and I could not be more thankful for the support of our staff and parents, all while trying to grasp virtual learning right along with us. Someone who made an impact on me, and hopefully all of us, was Ms. Teachy. Trying to teach chemistry online to juniors who are more worried about driving around, hanging out with friends was no easy feat. So thank you, Ms. Teachy, and all of our other teachers that year who helped us through that transition. I truly believe everything happens for a reason, and our senior year turned out to be a time where we could decide what we wanted to do with our future, surrounded by friends and staff members here in person. For that, I will be forever grateful, especially to Ms. Heath, who always reminded us this semester we could do anything we put our minds to. So I hope that we, the class of 2022, can confidently say that our unique high school experience shaped us to be the young adults we are today. Remember to look back not only on those times, but the shoulders you had to lean on during them, and whether that be your parents or your best friends. Whoever we turn out to be in the years to come, never be afraid to look for that support system like we have here at the School of Engineering. Now on to the part we've all been waiting for. We, the class of 2022, do ask that our audience please hold all applause and verbal expressions until all graduates have walked. Thank you.
We have now come to that moment we've all been anticipating, the awarding of diplomas. As Emily stated so eloquently, we do ask that you hold all applause and verbal expressions of any kind until all of our graduates have been recognized. It is important that each family member hear his or her student's name. We thank you for your cooperation. Assisting me with the awarding of diplomas is Mrs. Carrie Reese, school counselor, and Mrs. Maya Fulton, STEM teacher and WSE Teacher of the Year.
Alina Michaela Smith. Nicole Louise Page, high school diploma and associate degree. LaCarla Jarrell Frederick. Vismitha Tanetti, high school diploma and associate degree. Isaac Arlie Carreño, high school diploma and associate degree. Emily Ellen Sanowski, high school diploma and associate degree. Emily Ann Kimbrough, high school diploma and associate's degree. Lindsay Mills Hancock. The following students are graduating with a high school diploma and an associate degree. Kylie Joanne Acock. Maribel Madison Bang. Kylie Grace Bennett. Hallie Kate Brown. Peyton Lee Brown. Savion Tyrell Edwards. Christina Faith Lancaster. Haley Faith McPhail. Danielle Ray Moore. Avery Jones Moyer. Catherine Rackley. Michaela Ruth Sampson. Kristen Nicole Sauls. Catherine Elizabeth Wagner. The following students are graduating with their high school diploma. Briley Nicole Allen. Aaron Dunn Barnett. Jordan Olivia Baratson. David Christopher Black. Dancler Gray Bonner. Zoe Brown. Ian Solomon Clymer. Andon Kyle Colbreth. Brianna Ellen Egan. Jason Thomas Egan. Elizabeth Sue Howell. Desan Malik James. Elizabeth Grace Jernigan. Riley Joseph Kohlendorfer. Daniel Butler Lancaster. Brianna Christine Moy. Catherine Taylor Nichols. Demetria Lashanti Pearsall. Elizabeth Grace Price. Gabriella Nicole Quinones. Jeffrey Kiyoshi Rogers. Zoe Garner Sheeran. Shelby Blaze Turnage. Serenity Brene Jasmine Latrice Wiley. Nicholas Matthew Yates. The following students are staying a fifth year to complete their associate degree. Jo Marie Baisha. Michael Brian Scott Bailey. Drake Christopher Ennis. Riley Elizabeth Gibson. Spencer Grace Harrell. Shay Alexandra Heathcock. Johnny Cole McFadder. Emily Morgan Williams.
On behalf of Wayne School of Engineering, it is my pleasure to now declare you graduates of 2022. At this time, Emily Kimbrough will lead you in your tassel turning ceremony.
Will the graduates of 2022 please rise? The graduation tassel symbolizes the hard work and effort each of us has displayed these past 4 years. With this symbolic gesture, we usher in a new chapter in our lives. Seniors, on the count of 3, please shift your tassels from right to left. 1, 2, 3. Please remain standing as Mills Hancock delivers closing remarks.
Here we are, the beginning of the end. Some of us have spent the last 7 years of our lives in these buildings, in these halls, and we've changed drastically from the first time we walked into that door to now, which is a good thing because if middle school me were here right now, first of all, she'd be wearing Nike shorts that were way out of dress code, and second of all, she'd be so scared to speak in front of so many people that she'd be passed out on the ground. I know I'm not the only one who thinks these kinds of things, and I could stand up here and tell you that all of these changes, they were good. And I could stand here and tell you that these were the best days of our lives. And I could stand up here and tell you that we will remember and cherish these moments forever. But I won't, because it's not quite the truth. The truth is that high school was 4 years. 4 years of burning our fingers on hot glue guns and doing endless science coloring worksheets. 4 years of wondering what exactly we were doing at any given moment, but especially in a math class. But also 4 years out of hopefully decades more. 4 years that I hope were not the peak of my existence or yours. 4 years that were good, yes, but also hard, overwhelming, dissatisfying. 4 years that I probably won't remember when asked about my favorite parts of life. And I'm okay with that. Because I can only hope for you and for me that we leave these years and each of the next ones hoping for something more, that we always strive to find something better. And I know that it's stressful or scary or exciting, or maybe it's all three. And I know that none of us know exactly what our future will look like. I know that we each have different goals, different hopes, different dreams, but I also know the truth. The truth that each of us are quick to do whatever it is that we're hoping to do. So my hope is that we do it. I hope that we do it regardless of our emotions, of our doubts, regardless of our setbacks or failures. I hope that we refuse to let anything stand in our way, because nothing needs to. Congratulations to us, and here's to many more. Thank you.